Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Anita Anand with the evening news. The headlines. Nitish Kumar to form a Grand Alliance government in Bihar. Oath-taking ceremony to be held tomorrow. In Maharashtra, new cabinet of the Shiv Sena BJP government sworn in. Home and Corporation Minister Amit Shah appeals to cooperatives to join the government e-marketplace. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi recall the contribution of freedom fighters on the anniversary of Quit India movement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites people to share ideas and suggestions for the next episode of Mann Ki Baat. Muharram observed with reverence and solemnity in different parts of the country. 44th Chess Olympiad comes to a close at Mamalapuram, and Rohit Sharma to lead India's squad for the upcoming Asia Cup cricket tournament. KL Rahul returns as vice captain. In Bihar, the oath-taking ceremony of the Nitish Kumar-led Grand Alliance will be held tomorrow. Governor of Bihar, Fagu Chauhan, will administer the oath to the new cabinet at 4 p.m. Earlier, Mr. Kumar had staked a claim on the government. He said that a list of supporters of 164 legislators of 7 parties, including the RJD, Congress, Hindustani Awam Morcha, left parties and 1 independent candidate, has been submitted to the Governor, Fagu Chauhan. Nitish Kumar said Governor has not yet given date for the oath. Mr. Kumar was unanimously elected as leader of the Grand Alliance comprising JDU, RJD and Congress at a joint meeting of the parties. The meeting took place after JDU snapped its ties with the BJP earlier in the day. The RJD and the Congress have submitted a letter of support to Nitish Kumar to form the government. The decision to part ways with the BJP was taken at the JDU's Legislators Party meeting, which was chaired by Chief Minister Nitish Kumar this morning.
लोकसभा राज्यसभा के सांसद और सारे विधायक और विधान पार्षद और पार्टी के नेता सारी मीटिंग आज हुई और सब लोगों की इच्छा यही हुई है कि हम लोगों को एनडीए छोड़ देना चाहिए। तो जैसे ही एनडीए छोड़ने का निर्णय सब लोगों की इच्छा थी तो हमने उसी को स्वीकार कर लिया और आकर के यहाँ जो एनडीए की सरकार में हम मुख्यमंत्री थे, हमने मुख्यमंत्री पद से इस्तीफा सौंप दिया।
Hindustani Awam Morcha HAM also decided to extend unconditional support to Nitish Kumar. This decision was taken at a party legislators meeting, which was chaired by Jitan Ram Majhi. Addressing a press conference in Patna, Bihar BJP chief Sanjay Jaiswal criticized Nitish Kumar's decision.
आज जो कुछ भी हुआ है वह बिहार की जनता के साथ और भाजपा के साथ धोखा। यह पूरे उस मैंडेट का उल्लंघन है जो मैंडेट बिहार की जनता ने दिया था, जिसके 2005 के पहले की जो सरकार थी उसके विरुद्ध का मैंडेट था कि यह प्रदेश शांति चाहता है, विकास चाहता है। और जो कुछ भी आज हुआ है वह न केवल भाजपा बल्कि बिहार की सारी जनता के साथ धोखा है और बिहार की जनता इसको कतई बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगी।
The JDU and the RJD has called the legislators meeting this morning to chalk out the strategy to resolve the situation arising in the wake of former JDU National President RCP Singh's resignation from the party. In the 243-member Bihar Assembly, number of MLAs of RJD is 79 and that of the JDU has 45, Congress has 19, left parties have 16, while Hindustani Awam Morcha has 4 members. There is 1 independent candidate in the assembly. In Maharashtra, Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari administered the oath of office in secrecy to 18 MLAs as ministers in the state cabinet today. Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and Leader of the Opposition Ajit Pawar were present on the occasion. Our correspondent reports that 9 ministers from each Shiv Sena and BJP have been inducted in the cabinet.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated all those who took oath as ministers in the Maharashtra government today. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said this team is a great blend of administrative experience and the passion to deliver good governance. He extended best wishes to them for serving the people of the state. In Mizoram, a top-level meeting to diffuse border disputes and bring in peace in trans-boundary areas was held today at Aizawl. In the meeting, both governments agreed to resolve disputes. Home Minister Mr. Lal Chamliana from Mizoram Government and Minister for Border Protection Development Atul Vora from Assam Government and other officials participated in the meeting. It was also decided that the next meeting of two states will be held at Guwahati in next October, where issues and claims will be deliberated in detail. In a joint statement followed by the meeting, also attended by the top officials from both sides, stated that Deputy Commissioners of bordering districts shall meet at least 1 in 2 months to prevent any untoward incidents along the borders between the two states. Both states have also agreed that economic activities, including cultivation and farming, practiced by the people along the borders of two states shall continue undisturbed regardless of the administrative control presently exercised by either state.
Puducherry Chief Minister N. Rangasamy today met the Prime Minister in New Delhi and requested for an increase in the central assistance given to the Union Territory. This was his maiden visit to the national capital after Mr. Rangasamy assumed power last year. His visit to Delhi gained significance after the Puducherry Assembly is scheduled to meet tomorrow with the Lieutenant Governor addressing the Assembly. Mr. Rangasamy is also expected to submit a full budget for the Union Territory. It has been the practice in Puducherry that only vote on account would be passed in the State Assembly, as the state's budget is solely dependent upon the central government's aid. Minister of Home and Corporation Mr. Amit Shah today virtually launched the onboarding of cooperatives on the Government e-Marketplace or GEM portal in New Delhi. 589 cooperatives have been shortlisted as eligible for onboarding. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Shah termed it as a landmark day for the cooperative sector. He said there can be no better medium than GEM to bring transparency in government procurement. Mr. Shah said 29 crore people are associated with the cooperatives. He appealed all the cooperative societies to join GEM with the products.
हमें भी बाजार बढ़ाना है और सरकार की कई सारी इकाइयां GEM के माध्यम से ही अब खरीदी करती हैं, चाहे राज्य सरकार हो, चाहे केंद्र सरकार हो, चाहे अंडरटेकिंग्स हो, GEM के माध्यम से खरीद करती हैं। मैं कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज को आज के दिन ये भी अपील करना चाहता हूं कि अपने आप को GEM पर रजिस्टर करने के लिए तैयार करें और GEM को हम अपनाएं।
On the occasion, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said a total of 2,80,000 crore rupees worth of business has been conducted on the GEM portal in the last 6 years. He said GEM is playing an important role in bringing transparency in government procurement.
GEM एक प्रकार से उसकी परिकल्पना इसलिए की गई थी कि सरकारी जो खरीद है उसको कैसे पारदर्शी भी बनाया जाए, कैसे उसको सस्ता बनाया जाए, कैसे उसकी गुणवत्ता सुधारी जाए और कैसे उसको व्यापक किया जाए.
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have recalled the contribution of freedom fighters during the Quit India movement. Mr. Naidu said the Quit India Movement Day reminds people that unity is one of the country's greatest strengths. In a tweet, he said the country remembers the selfless sacrifices and tireless efforts of freedom fighters. The Vice President asked everyone to build an India that is prosperous, inclusive, peaceful and harmonious. The Prime Minister remembered all those who took part in the Quit India movement under Mahatma Gandhi's leadership, strengthening India's freedom struggle. Afghan Taliban security forces and the Pakistani military have clashed on Durand Line in the Dangam district of eastern Kunar province on Sunday. According to Afghanistan media outlets, the clashes took place on Sunday and continued until late night.
Singapore declared its iconic green site Padang as its 75th national monument today. It is a site from where Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose gave the slogan of Delhi Chalo in July 1943. Incidentally, Singapore is celebrating its 57th National Day today. Singapore's National Heritage Board has said in a statement that in view of its strong national, historical and social significance, the Padang is now preserved and accorded the highest level of protection in Singapore under the Preservation of Monuments Act, and it has been gazetted today. The Padang has special significance for the Indian community in Singapore. It was here that Indian sepoys first established their campsites when the British established the outpost on the island. This was also the place where Netaji delivered several speeches to tens of thousands of INA soldiers and gave the Delhi Chalo slogan. Just before the war ended, Netaji established the INA Memorial at the southern edge of the Padang. Under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series, News Services Division of All India Radio will bring an exclusive interview with Minister of Tribal Affairs Arjun Munda in the Spotlight program tonight. Talking to AI News, Minister of Tribal Affairs Arjun Munda said, for the development of tribal communities, government has started many schemes regarding this. He said due to effective planning and execution of these schemes, living standards of tribal communities became better in many ways.
पिछले 8 वर्षों के कालखंड में यदि हम देखें तो जहां कार्यक्रम को हम नीचे तक पहुंचाने में सफल हो रहे हैं, वहीं अब जनजातीय समुदाय 75 साल पूरा होने के उपलक्ष्य में उत्सव मनाने के माहौल में है। और यदि हम देखें जनजातीय समुदाय के लिए, आदिवासियों के लिए महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है कि आजादी के लंबे कालखंड बाद यानी अमृत महोत्सव काल में श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू पहली आदिवासी महिला के रूप में राष्ट्रपति के पद को सुशोभित कर रही हैं।
The interview can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official.
Director of the U.S. National Science Foundation, Sethuraman Panchanathan, discussed India's plans for science, technology, engineering and mathematics STEM studies under the National Education Policy 2020 with the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in New Delhi today. During the meeting, Mr. Panchanathan expressed wish to deepen and widen NSF's collaborations with India in the education and skilling sectors. On the other hand, Mr. Pradhan appealed to NSF to look at increasing its engagement with lesser-known and unrepresented institutions like NITs, central universities and state universities in addition to the premier institutions in India. Our correspondent reports that NSF is an independent federal agency with the responsibility of promoting scientific discovery, technological innovation and STEM education.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today called upon the public communicators to empower people through timely information on government's policies and initiatives in regional languages. Mr. Naidu said if one informs people about various schemes in simple and clear language, they understand the entitlements and the government processes in a better way, and this results in transparency. He stated this while interacting with Indian Information Service officers of the 2018 and 2019 batches in New Delhi. The Vice President said the success of reforms depend on involvement of the people, and Information Service plays a key role in bringing people together as partners in the developmental journey of the country.
In a democracy, there should be consistent dialogue between the people and their elected government. Therefore, the role of Indian Information Service is very crucial in our quest for citizen-centric and responsive government. In a democracy, people need to be empowered through timely information on governance, on policies, initiatives, purpose of those schemes and programs. The government also should be apprised about the aspirations and the expectations of the people. The communication has to be two-way.
Mr. Naidu added that with the information and communication technology revolution and the spread of social media, people are now more aware. However, it is coming with the cost of spread of fake news. He added that combating misinformation is the key to efficient policy implementation and urged the Information Service officers to focus on combating fake news. He underlined that news and views should never be combined. The Vice President stressed that the media should be neutral.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Nitish Kumar to form a Grand Alliance government in Bihar. Oath-taking ceremony to be held tomorrow. In Maharashtra, new cabinet of the Shiv Sena BJP government sworn in. Home and Corporation Minister Amit Shah appeals to cooperatives to join the government e-marketplace. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi recall the contribution of freedom fighters on the anniversary of Quit India movement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites people to share ideas and suggestions for the next episode of Man Ki Baat. Muharram observed with reverence and solemnity in different parts of the country. 44th Chess Olympiad comes to a close at Mamalapuram, and Rohit Sharma to lead India's squad for the upcoming Asia Cup cricket tournament. KL Rahul returns as vice captain. For quick news updates and round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
अगर आप कर रहे हैं कॉम्पिटिशन्स की तैयारी तो फिर आपके लिए है ऑल इंडिया रेडियो का कार्यक्रम अभ्यास। आपके भेजे प्रश्न हम व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर रिसीव करते हैं और उसके उत्तर हमारे एक्सपर्ट सैटरडे रात 9:30 बजे देते हैं। इस बार का विषय है साइकोलॉजी और आपके सवाल का हम करेंगे इंतजार 10 अगस्त तक। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back. You're listening to the evening news. And now let's listen to a special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
The 9th of August is the birth anniversary of freedom fighter Sayyid Ahmadullah Qadri, who was born in 1909 in Hyderabad. Hailing from the house of Shamsullah Qadri, who was a famous writer, Sayyid was introduced to the literary circles at quite an early age.
Sayyid Ahmadullah Qadri founded the famous newspaper Sultanat. Apart from that, he also wrote for 2 other newspapers called Paisa Akhbar and Tarikh publications. In 1946, Qadri was the first journalist of Hyderabad state to write in favor of one nation theory in Urdu news daily Sultanat. He decided to join politics and became a member of the Andhra Pradesh State Legislative Council and chairman of the Andhra Pradesh State Hajj Committee.
Holding numerous pivotal positions throughout his life, Qadri decided to enter into the field of education. Appointed as the president of Lutfudollah Oriental Research Institute, he made sure to contribute richly to the life of his students. Sayyid Ahmadullah Qadri was awarded the Padma Shri by the Government of India in 1966. The noble soul breathed his last on the 5th of October 1985. We salute the great nationalist.
O amar desher mati tomar pore thekai matha.
9th of August is the death anniversary of Trilokyanath Chakraborty. He was born in 1889 at Moymanshing in present-day Bangladesh. He joined the freedom struggle in 1906 and became member of the Dhaka Anushilan Samiti. He was first arrested for his revolutionary activities in 1908, as a result of which he could not finish his education.
He was arrested again in Calcutta in 1914 due to his active participation in revolutionary activities and was sent to Andaman for the Borishal case. Trilokyanath came back to Kolkata on the expiry of his sentence. There, he took charge of the National School. He was arrested again in 1927 and was sent to a prison in Burma, where he remained for 1 year.
After being released from the jail, he joined the Hindustan Republican Army. He participated in the Lahore Congress session of 1929. He was in jail again for 8 years, from 1930 to 1938. After his release, he participated in the Quit India movement and was imprisoned in 1942. However, he was released from jail in 1946.
After the creation of East Pakistan, he remained active in politics there. In 1970, he came to Delhi due to health issues. The noble soul breathed his last in Delhi on the 9th of August 1970. AIR News salutes the brave martyr.
We remember freedom fighter Kamla Prasad Vishwakarma. He was a resident of Azamgarh, Uttar Pradesh. He took part in the Quit India movement at an age of only 9 years. He received bullet wounds in the police firing, but later he was arrested and sentenced to 6 months of rigorous imprisonment. Kamla Prasad Vishwakarma died in detention on the 9th of August 1942 on account of severe torture by the jail authorities. AIR News salutes the brave son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
अब हर घर की छत पर शान से फहरेगा तिरंगा, गुनगुनाए जाएंगे नव विकास के गीत, आन बान शान का प्रतीक राष्ट्रध्वज तिरंगा। आइए आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के पावन अवसर पर इस स्वाधीनता दिवस हर घर फहराते हैं तिरंगा और लेते हैं भव्य और सशक्त भारत के निर्माण का संकल्प।
आइए हर घर फहराएं तिरंगा।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited people to share ideas and suggestions for the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio. The 92nd episode of the monthly radio program will be broadcast on the 28th of this month. Listeners can share their views on the NAMO app or MyGov Open Forum. They can also dial the toll-free number 1800117800 and record the message for the Prime Minister in either Hindi or English. The phone lines will remain open till the 25th of August.
The International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples is being celebrated today. It is celebrated every year on the 9th of August to acknowledge the contributions and achievements of the indigenous communities around the globe. The United Nations General Assembly on 23rd of December in 1994 decided to observe International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples annually on 9th of August. Every year, the United Nations chooses a theme for commemorating the day. This year, the theme for the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples is the role of indigenous women in the preservation and transmission of traditional knowledge. The theme emphasizes the role that women of indigenous communities play in carrying forward their traditions and cultures. The solemn occasion of Ashura Muharram is being observed in various parts of the country today. The day marks the martyrdom of Prophet Muhammad's grandson, Hazrat Imam Hussain, and his companions in Karbala. Tazia processions are being taken out to mark the occasion, which were buried later in the evening at designated places. Majlis or religious meetings were also organized where religious scholars highlighted various aspects of Karbala incident. Elaborate security arrangements were made on the occasion.
The 44th Chess Olympiad has ended at Mamalapuram near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. The India B team comprising D. Gukesh, R. Pragnananda, Ronak Sadhwani and Adhiban won the bronze medal, beating Germany. In women's section, India A team have won the bronze medal. The team comprising Vaishali and Koneru Hampi, Tanya Sachdev and Bhakti Kulkarni were headed for a gold medal on the final day, but a defeat by USA by 1-3 dented their chances as they eventually finished third. The Uzbekistan team, which was seeded 14th in the tournament, won the gold medal in the men's section. Armenia clinched the silver medal. It was the first time that the Chess Olympiad was held in India, the place where the game began. The tournament was declared open by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 28th of August. A report.
The Game of Thrones, played at the historic Mamalapuram, came to a close with India winning the bronze. Alongside the Chess Olympiad was also the election of President of the World Chess Federation. India's 5-time world champion Vishwanathan Anand was elected as the Vice President of the Federation. Yesterday, the players were presented with colorful books containing the pictures of artifacts of Kiradi and also the translation of Tirukkural in English, French and Spanish. Similar events to celebrate the Olympiad was held for tribal school children and differently able students to promote the age-old game of chess. Joy, AIR News, Chennai.
The Board of Control for Cricket in India has announced India's squad for the upcoming Asia Cup tournament to be played in the UAE from the 27th of this month. Rohit Sharma will lead the team while former captain Virat Kohli is back in the 15-member squad after a break. The Asia Cup cricket tournament will take place from 27th of August to 11th of September. The 15th edition of the tournament will be played in the UAE between 6 teams. While the last edition of the tournament was held in an ODI format, this edition will feature the T20 format. The 6 teams are divided into 2 groups, with India, Pakistan and a qualifying team in Group A and Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan forming Group B. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be 28 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 36 degrees. Mumbai is likely to have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature will be 24 degrees Celsius, and the maximum will be around 29 degrees. Chennai will witness generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius, and a maximum of around 34 degrees. Kolkata is expected to have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius and a maximum will be around 30 degrees. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards evening. The minimum temperature will be around 20 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees. Jammu will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be around 28 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 37 degrees. Muzaffarabad is also expected to have partly cloudy sky. The temperature will vary between 26 and 37 degrees Celsius. Leh and Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky. The minimum temperature in Leh will be around 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 25 degrees. In Gilgit, temperature will vary between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. In the south, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Tiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum and maximum temperature in this region will vary between 19 and 30 degrees Celsius. In the northeast, Guwahati, Imphal, Aizawl, Shillong, Gangtok, Kohima and Itanagar will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Temperature in this region will vary between 18 and 36 degrees Celsius. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Nitish Kumar to form a Grand Alliance government in Bihar. Oath-taking ceremony to be held tomorrow. In Maharashtra, new cabinet of the Shiv Sena BJP government sworn in. Home and Corporation Minister Amit Shah appeals to cooperatives to join the government e-marketplace. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi recall the contribution of freedom fighters on the anniversary of Quit India movement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites people to share ideas and suggestions for the next episode of Man Ki Baat. Muharram observed with reverence and solemnity in different parts of the country. 44th Chess Olympiad comes to a close at Mamalapuram. And Rohit Sharma to lead India's squad for the upcoming Asia Cup cricket tournament. KL Rahul returns as vice captain. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in. I repeat, www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.